Juries in two high-profile trials have resumed deliberations following a holiday break. In New York, Ghislaine Maxwell faces 6 federal charges linked to sex trafficking. Prosecutors say Maxwell lured underage girls to her longtime associate Jeffrey Epstein, who sexually abused them. 4 women testify that she also facilitated and at times participated in the abuse. In California, a jury is weighing federal charges against former Theranos CEO Elizabeth Holmes. She's facing 11 counts of fraud over allegations she misled investors and patients over her company's blood testing technology. CBS News legal contributor and Loyola law school professor Jessica Levinson joins us now for more. Jessica, great to see you as always. I want to start with the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell. On Monday, jurors requested a whiteboard, a different colored sticky notes, and transcripts of some testimony. What might that indicate?
That they're thinking, that they're working really hard. It indicates that they may not be close, but that they're doing exactly what they should do, frankly, which is taking their job very seriously. Now, it also indicates, of course, that they didn't all walk into the room Monday morning and say, you know what, I think we've all come to a conclusion here, haven't we? And it shows that there might be some disagreement, that they might have some questions. I mean, they're basically setting up a war room here. And look, hats off to the jury for wanting to continue to undertake this serious work, which is their responsibility during the holidays. And I think they're trying to be as methodical as they possibly can be.
What happens if jurors can't reach a consensus?
So if they can't reach a consensus, as a first matter, the judge will say, basically, can you go back? Can you try one more time? Depending on the judge, because it does save time and resources if juries can come to some sort of verdict. Now, if the jury can't, then it will be a hung jury, and the prosecution will have the decision of whether or not they want to retry this case.
Now to the Elizabeth Holmes trial. The former entrepreneur spent several days on the witness stand earlier this month. She acknowledged some mistakes and expressed regret for them. But she also said she genuinely believed she was building a revolutionary new technology. How do you think her testimony went over?
Well, clearly it wasn't a slam dunk either way, because they came back, and just as we talked about with the Ghislaine Maxwell trial, they are still in fact testifying. But they're still in fact deliberating. But this is, I think, something that is so important for us to remember, is that most of the time the defendants don't, in fact, take the stand. In this case, she did. I think it's a combination of the fact that she felt like she had to, that maybe they couldn't win if she didn't, and also of the idea that this case hinges so much on whether or not the jury will believe that she was in part duped, and in part that she really believed what she was selling, or if the jury believes what the prosecution is arguing here, which is, of course, she knew all along. She could not have been telling the truth to the patient. She could not have been telling the truth to the investors. And so it does, I think in this case in particular, it's not a question of did brakes fail? It's a question of, do you believe her?
Lastly, I want to discuss a case in Colorado that's gained national attention. A truck driver facing a 110-year prison sentence for a crash which killed 4 people. It was determined his brakes failed. Prosecutors are now requesting a judge lower his sentence. Walk us through how the initial term was decided and what we might expect moving forward.
Well, this is so unusual, a situation where the prosecution says, look, it's too high here. So what happened is that the defendant was, in fact, sentenced as a result of Colorado's mandatory minimums, and in part, mandatory sentences, and in part, deciding that these 27 counts had to be served consecutively. Then something else unusual happened, which is 5 million people signed a petition saying, 110 years, that's too long. Then something else unusual happened. Kim Kardashian weighed in and said, we really need to reform this system, or I hope the governor grants clemency. So what happened this morning was basically a scheduling conference, and the judge said, you know what, we're going to schedule a hearing for mid-January, January 13th, and we're going to determine if I can ratchet down the sentence. The judge said when he gave that sentence of 110 years, I wouldn't have done that. If this were up to me, if I had discretion, I wouldn't give 110 years. Under Colorado law, if you've served, I believe, 119 days in prison, then and there are extenuating and unusual circumstances, the prosecutors can basically come back and say, you know what, let's bring this down. And that's exactly what they're going to try and do, I think, in this case.
Well, Jessica Levinson, a lot of cases you're walking us through. Thank you so much.
Thank you.